I'm not defending every aspect of the story, but I feel like there are like two meme things that get passed around for why people hate this film so much. And then when I try to ask, I don't feel like the defenses are that great.
What are
it's
the
the
meme
Luke
things?
trying to kill his thing,
Really
and then the
clear,
throwing
like,
away the lightsaber. I always feel like these are like
That's not the meme. The meme is that
these are like the two
What?
like
What?
meme criticisms that I always hear thrown around. I was like, were they bad movies? Yeah, I think they were pretty bad movies, but like I think that these are easily defensible in the context of like the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, but you got five people
Luke could
throwing
be
hot
walking
potato
over.
around trying to create the same defense. There's way more clear ways to do it if you actually want the arguments.
And yes, and real quickly, like if we're actually trying to fucking like put this into like a realistic context, if you were about to go fucking behead your fucking nephew and you're about to do it, how will we decide whether or not that's a crime, right? You know,
based on a premonition is always what I look to.
Oh,
You know,
cool.
if
Do we
you-
want to discuss Minority Report now? Is that where we're going?
If he had a
Yeah,
if
do
he
we
had
wanna
a
kill people for
premonition,
future?
But wait, Mauler, did you want to give your attack
so the-
or defense?
No, yeah, Mauler,
I need
please.
to-
Begins to play his 6-hour video breaking down. Just
No, give us-
What I need to
Let's hear
do-
it.
Don't
What I need
take
to do
6
is-
hours, but Mauler,
I
take
gotta
a good
figure
5
out-
minutes here. Let us know.
The first thing I've got to figure out is what Destiny cares about with stories, and then I'll be able to explain it. So I got to dig first. I got to
Okay.
ask him
What does it
questions,
matter?
and he's got to keep answering.
Dig.
Only if you're
Because
trying to
all of your
persuade
fucking
us.
answers don't mean anything to him. That's the he doesn't look the same way as you do. He'll just be like, "Oh, you guys just have trouble with the film trying to give you a different idea."
I know.
which is what TLJ does. My
Yes.
argument is that it does it horribly bad.
Probably,
It's a
yeah. I think
piss-poor
that's
execution.
fair.
Funnily enough, I'd like to bolster what Sargon was saying because, in a sense, right, what I want to do is take what Sargon said and make it a bit more digestible. When he says JJ's not an artist, I would rather call JJ a bad artist, but at the same time, I would happily actually categorize the difference to get this across quickly as JJ isn't, while Ryan is. Ryan, I think, is an artist. He's just
But an evil
really
artist.
shit. I
No,
don't
he's
call
evil.
him evil for fuck's
No,
sake.
he is
He's just
evil.
shit.
No, he's
What do you
evil.
mean by
Hasn't he
evil?
done some pretty
Yeah.
commendable movies? Am I crazy?
Yes, he's
Please,
evil.
please don't say you like Knives Out.
No,
You don't like Knives Out? I gotta make
Hang-
first.
hang
I'll
on,
be
hang
right
on.
back.
Bro,
Did
just
you
give me
like
an
Rian
Knives
hour.
Out?
I
Johnson
swear to
clearly
God.
went into the new Star Wars films with the intent of perverting them, right?
Why does everyone like Knives Out? That movie, I turned it off.
I
It's fucking
hated it.
garbage.
No,
It's
I
so
hated it.
bad. It got like universally
It fails
positive
at like the
reviews.
one job it has. It's embarrassing. It's
I've
supposed
never,
to be
I've never
like
seen
accurate
it, so
with the details.
It's
It fucks all of them up.
If you like horror films at all, I would say Knives Out is a complete fucking flop.
Horror
Did you like-
films.
Did you guys like Looper?
Well, okay. It's not horror. It's suspense.
It's detective
I
mystery.
thought
Isn't it a
Looper was
whodunit movie?
okay. Looper was
Yeah, whodunit.
okay.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Looper, that's his other famous movie. It's kind of
Looper
it's
is-
kind of
it-
whatever.
It's a good movie, but if you have one win, I don't know if that means that you.
Well, I mean, I thought Brick is a little better. I think that's his best movie, and that's not
Yeah.
saying a lot.
That's
You know,
not
that's
a high
probably-
bar.
I know.
That probably is his best movie. I swear to like Looper was Jesus Christ, YMS's video. I'll just fucking send people there.
Yeah, Looper's fine. It's not a fantastic film. It's got
not
its other
fine.
fucking issues.
Looper
I'd
would
say
be
it's-
better. I mean, not Looper.
It's
Not
not
fucking fine.
Brick would be better.
Dude,
Brick should have been
Looper-
like a full-on parody. I think it would have
Looper
been better.
shits itself in its first like selection of minutes. It gives you a definitive rule. We've
really?
invented a way to kill people by sending them back in time because we cannot kill people in
Well,
the
I
present.
haven't seen
And
it
then
in
they
6
kill
years,
Bruce Willis's
so.
fucking wife. Like that's what starts the drama in the future. It's like
Hey,
nice.
hey-
you completely forgot your own fucking rules immediately.
Hey, everybody, we got about 10 more minutes before I'm bringing new people in. Mauler, I want to give Mauler the floor here because I feel like that Destiny is completely straw manning the argument for why.
Can you stop saying straw man?
Well,
you say
he-
straw
you-
man whenever
I
somebody
like Destiny
disagrees with you.
Strawman.
Destiny is straw manning Adam right now.
Well, listen,
That's
your
how
your
His
your
says straw
your
man. Destiny
argument
stops
kind of
straw manning.
amounts to like you people just don't
Well, wait,
like
well,
that
well, hold
the
on. You
character
people-
sucks.
You're right.
No,
Yeah,
no.
you
Here,
white
here's
people.
wait. Okay,
You white
I'll summarize
men.
this in like 2 seconds using another example. So
Well,
I feel
no,
like there are a lot
let
of
Mauler
things.
let Mauler
Well,
rebut.
Mauler can because this will
Yeah.
give Mauler more insight into what I care about, right? And then
Okay.
Mauler can go
Okay.
on his whole thing. Okay, I think sometimes there are good criticisms of film to make, but I think that people make either the right criticisms for the wrong reasons or the wrong criticisms for the wrong reasons. So,
Right.
for instance, a really good example is you guys all saw the Death Note remake film, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Mauler?
We've talked about this.
It was great.
Okay, yeah, okay, fuck. I think I brought up this exact point. The Death Note remake film I thought was horrible, but not because it didn't stay true to the original, not because it changed light, not because it changed. I think it's fine if you want to make a remake and reimagine things. It was bad because it was a bad film on its own merits. That was my issue with the film. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go
No,
ahead.
no. Well, let me pause here before Mauler comes in. Is that you're
God damn it.
wait?
Well,
but you're,
okay,
you're,
can I have
you're-
like 5 seconds because
Wait.
Destiny fucking forgot.
Can
our
you
Just
stop
let-
straw
conversation.
manning
just-
Destiny?
Let
I went
Mauler
over that with
go.
him.
Come
Okay,
on.
Mauler. Okay, Mauler.
Mauler, I
Destiny, you
think, is
brought
about
all
to
that
go
stuff
off.
up to me in our conversation. And I added
Silence.
to it. The mistake.
Go,
The
Mauler.
mistake that I felt you made with ER was thinking that when he said they didn't adapt this properly, therefore bad. What he was actually saying is they didn't adapt this properly, therefore this plot line won't make sense.
Yeah, I remember you saying this. Yeah.
So like it depends, because I'm a big fan of ER's work when he breaks down storytelling specifically, because he actually has a lot of good ways to connect things, break things apart. When it comes to something like Star Wars, right? A lot of what you said defending Luke would actually be something that I would be interested in if it were in the fucking movie. A lot of it is stuff that we have to add in because they don't give you enough references. They don't show you the journey. They just tell you Luke fucked up. He tried to kill his, or he considered killing his nephew because he sensed that he might be bad in the future. That's something a character could do. It is not something Luke Skywalker would do, at least without giving us a hell of a lot more information about his journey, how he gets there from A to B. Instead of just presenting to us, he fucked up. He got old and he just fucked up. That's it. That's all we've got. But he gets back on the horse several decades later after you get to see him moping around an island, drinking titty milk while the whole universe is falling apart and his family being killed. That's ridiculous. That's not him.
But I mean, like,
Loser.
Sure, Mauler, and that might be the case, and maybe we have a more in-depth conversation on this later. But like the last time the universe was falling apart and people wanted to bring balance to the Force, that involved that ended up with Darth Vader being created, right? So maybe he thinks that the Jedi's was a more of an offhand role. I'd have to go back and rewatch it now. I can't believe you're making me defend these garbage fucking movies that I don't like. Fuck you, you piece of shit.
I just
Don't
like there was.
Mauler.
I feel like there was enough there, okay? And you're strawmanning Luke Skywalker right now, Mauler, okay? So I feel like there was enough there in the film. That it seemed like Luke tried to do some training shit. Seems like it ended up not working out, and then he lost faith in the old ways of the Force or the Jedi or some shit didn't work, and he thought about killing his nephew because he had a premonition that his nephew was going to become like the next fucking Darth Vader ship, some shit, which he kind of sort of did.
He had a premonition that his nephew was going to kill him, which he did end up actually trying to do.
Yeah, but premonitions aren't like illegitimate in a world where people are magical space wizards. Those premonitions are pretty important.
Premonitions do matter in a world where you're a magical space wizard, and your premonitions do come true, as they did in that case, wherein absolutely Kylo did try to kill Luke. So his premonition did actually make sense, and it did have it was not just a fucking fantasy, right? It's a real thing.
Destiny, would you be cool if there was a character that you absolutely loved, like you grew up with? This was like your favorite character in the world.
Oh my god!
And then they
this
decided.
Is such the lamest, weakest.
But I mean, I empathize with the people. I understand.
This is like, no, if you're like fucking, hold on, no, this is I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna use the O word, which you should never use when talking about art. This is objectively a dog shit take, okay? This reminds me when people would get so mad about The Last of Us.
First of all,
people get so mad about The Last of Us, and their criticism was like, well, I really like Joel. It's bullshit that you would kill off a character that I like so much. Grow the fuck up. If you don't like that he killed off, then don't watch the second movie. Don't watch the sequel. Go just watch the prequels.
Let me make a point. Let me make a point here.
Appealed to emotion, Adam. Why did you do that? It ruined everything.
Let me make
it strengthened my argument. Thank you, Adam.
I'm gonna have to mute everyone. Okay, I want to make a point here. First of all, I'm not appealing to the art. I'm appealing to the audience. I'm making a completely different argument here. I'm saying there are a bunch of people that grew up with Luke Skywalker as a badass. They wanted to be Luke Skywalker. They modeled their lives after Luke Skywalker, and then they shit on the character. Now, if they shit on the character and they made fucking the next 2001 A Space Odyssey, like the best movie ever made, like amazing, wins all kinds of Academy Awards, then we're having a conversation. I'm saying, listen, I'm sorry they shit on your childhood hero, but some better art came out of it. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about they shit on your fucking childhood hero and they made a bad fucking movie that nobody likes. Okay? So it's a completely different thing. I'm an artist. I'm an artist to the core. If it was good art, we'd be having a completely different conversation here. But the problem is now in Hollywood is serving two masters. It's serving the political master first and the art master second, maybe third, maybe fourth. You know, maybe if we can make something artistic,
without getting into the So first of all, I'm glad that you finally concede that it is an anti-SJW thing, is driving a lot of the sentiment here because it's political. Okay, we can analyze every part of this movie without ever having to get into like. I said the same thing
about the prequels, though. Sure, the prequels. Are you saying the prequels are anti-SJW? Because I think the Bush politics fucked those up.
I'm saying that whether or not something is bad or good has nothing to do with the fact that it's political. Okay, in some ways, everything is political.
God, we're so far away from.
In some ways, everything is political. Things aren't wrong just because they're political. Okay, that is a dog shit. Number one, and number two, you keep keep saying that they ruined Luke Skywalker.
One of my favorite movies is The Contender. It's a political movie. You're completely strawmanning my argument again, Destiny.
Let me strawman.
Destiny.
Seconds.
Let me strawman everyone. I literally.
Please don't kill your Destiny. Do not commit suicide on this stream.
He's going to get a barrel of straw so he can build Adam.
Let's let Sitch try to put this together, okay?
Well, I needed to yell at Destiny.
Okay. I thought you were trying
Guys,
to
I actually got
together.
somewhere. I
can't
have
listen.
to stop.
Listen,
if you
I
just
can't
give
put
me more time.
Mauler,
I can sort it out.
Wait, please, God, let me. Okay, I can put this together. I made a literal video comparing The Last Jedi to Into the Spider-Verse, and they both do the exact same thing.
Yes,
they both have a beloved main character who has now become shitty, and then he has to find his way. And guess what? There's a minority SJW new character that's the main character that's in the story. And yet, everyone loved Into the Spider-Verse. Everyone hated The Last Jedi.
10 out of 10. End of the Spider-Verse is my favorite movie ever made.
This is what happens. If you have a movie that's really bad, or even if it's really good, but especially if it's really bad, people don't generally understand exactly why it's bad. They just say, oh, I feel like this is bad. So then they latch on to arguments like, well, it must be bad because it ruined a character I like. It must be bad because it's not like the original. It must be bad because it's woke. So they don't necessarily know what's making it bad. They just sense that it's bad, and they kind of latch on to these other arguments.
Yeah.
So I agree, yes, if Last Jedi was actually good, sure, they could have deconstructed Luke Skywalker's character, made him shitty, and then have him redeem himself at the end. Unfortunately, they did it in one of the worst ways possible.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, why do you think it was one of the worst ways possible? Just
because the problem is, as Mauler said,
they did it all without developing it properly. They just
because
it on us.
you have Luke is basically isolating himself on an island, betraying everything that he used to stand for, while his family and everything he fought for is being destroyed, and it's all just because he made a bad decision to kill his nephew, which doesn't even really make sense.
Wait. Hold on. Wait.
Let me
Let me ask one question. No, wait. Can you just answer one question about that? I'm so confused.
He doesn't even really redeem himself. All he does is buy them like a couple seconds of time.
Wait, am I right or am I wrong? He's not. The reason why he stepped back from all of that, it wasn't because he almost killed his nephew. I thought it was because he fucked the training up so bad that the nephew was going to become evil.
No,
it's because
he had a dream.
By almost killing his nephew, his nephew goes crazy and kills everyone else.
He had a dream.
His training was fine up to that point.
You have to stop saying he had a dream like it's a bad thing. They're space wizards. Their dreams are different than our dreams.
If he's
I get the
Jedi
microphone now,
master,
please. I swear to God, this is exactly what I needed before.
Wait,
I gave you stop. I love you, okay? I made the whole argument. Destiny's comeback involved. Don't they have this like they see stuff? They premonitions. Like it's different than it's a feeling. Blah 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 blah. It's like great. So the reason why I like that, and this is why I want to have a one-on-one because it's much better, is I know now that you've put a personal stake in the idea that the mechanics behind the premonitions, it's something we have to follow. I like this a lot. If you remember in Empire, when he's talking to Yoda and he thinks that Han, Luke, and Leia are going to die, he says, Are they going to die? And Yoda's like, I mean, the future's always in motion. You can never, it's impossible to see it definitively. So when Luke fucking Skywalker sees that his nephew may attack and hurt people he loves, he does not kill them. He does everything he can to get away from that future in any way that keeps the nephew alive because he loves his family. One of the most fundamental traits of Luke Skywalker.
Right, and that's
and
literally
that follows
exactly
canon,
what.
Gets your damn rules in place. It's like that should be it.
Precisely.
That's exactly what I was going to say and bring up. That yes, they set out originally in Star Wars that the future is not certain, and I would hope that a Jedi Master would know that, and also know that the whole classic Oedipal. If you try to prevent the future by doing something based on a premonition, you could end up causing it. And it seems really ridiculous that Luke would fall into that pitfall, especially one that involves like trying to kill his nephew.